So here on the right side, a very beautiful statue of Baruch Spinoza. He was a Jewish philosopher, lived in Amsterdam in the 17th century, but he was excommunicated from the Jewish community because, well, his thoughts were too liberal for the time he lived in. He believed more in nature than he did in God. And that's also what his coat represents, is the exotic birds. So here is the place where the most famous flea market of Amsterdam is. The flea market from the Wilderness Square is a daily market except on Sunday, so today they don't work. They say if you can't buy it here, you can't buy it anywhere. Well, when your bike was stolen, 2 days later, you buy it next year, that's what it's called recycling. You walk over the bridge in front of us, second house to the right, that is where for 30 years is now the River. Well, and in a moment on the left side you can also see the beautiful Southern Church again. So now you understand why he painted these big paintings there, because it was at walking distance from the road. Last year for sale, only for 2 months, and then it was already sold for 1.1 million euro. You know, 1.1 million. Tower here on the left side, the Montelbaanstoren, is an old defense tower, and after the city extended and the tower wasn't in use anymore as a defense tower, the people in this neighborhood asked if the city of Amsterdam could build a clock on top, because they couldn't hear any bells ringing from other churches. So the city architect from that moment, Hendrik Keijs, he built a beautiful clock on top of the tower, but because the tower is a little bit tilted to one side, it never run on time, and that's why they called it Malayapi, city change. Well, these days it just works fine. the bucket. You can also visit we are on the eastern dock. This one has time to the sea, and this is where all the big sailing ships were docked in the 17th century. Inside from the end of the city, most of these houses were owned by captains, so they could watch big ships docked in here in the Oosterdok. Beautiful building on the left side is all the flexible scheepvaarthuis, shipping house, built in 1915 at that time when there were 6 big shipping companies who transported people all over the world. Right now there's a fancy hotel located at the Amsterdam Hotel. And the architectuursstijl they used is the Amsterdam School. That was the art niveau for that time in the Netherlands. So here on the right side, beautiful floating Chinese restaurant, Sea Palace. It's an exact copy of the one in Hong Kong, the Jumbo. You want to have a mic? Maybe everybody can stage you also. Yeah. So this one also was sold. It was also built in China for 700 people. That is the grand opening here in Amsterdam. As 650 tons were on board, it started to sink. Well, the man in China didn't calculate that the Dutch are a little bit taller and heavier than the Chinese people. So now only 600 Dutch people are allowed on board. Well, and it is so typical, ever since the boat has been here since 1984, I see a lot of birds here. I never see any ducks anymore. What? Do you think duck? Yeah, it's a joke for only for the smart people. Only for the smart people. I have to say this is one of the best Chinese restaurants we have in Amsterdam. You can smell the kitchen is working hard now. Very nice. Yeah, make a pit stop there. Eat some Chinese. So behind the bridge you see a small tower with a pointy roof. It's called the Tower of Tears. Skijerstoren. And that was the tower where the ladies of the skippers waved goodbye to them when they went away for sailing trips all over the world. And I don't know if they cried from sadness or happiness that they left. But only 30% of these guys came back alive. They were very dangerous trips. So this is also the oldest part here on the left side. This is where the red light district is located, a lot of bars, and also the oldest church we have in Amsterdam, named the Old Church. And in a moment you can see the tower of the Old Church when you look in between the two houses, above the canal. And there it is, I already can see it now, the beautiful tower of the Old Church.
con los pasajes.
So here on the left side, in a short moment, you're going to see one of the few Catholic churches we still have in Amsterdam. And it was the St. Nicholas Basilica, but because of the birthday of Amsterdam, 750 years, the Pope made it a cathedral. So now it's the St. Nicholas Cathedral. You can see him standing in between the two towers, St. Nicholas. And St. Nicholas is also the patron saint for the people sailing out to sea, ladies working on the red light district, and children. He's a busy man, St. Nicholas. So here on the right side, the big wooden building is a tea house. Rich people love to drink the teas here in the 1800s. And tea was only for the rich because it had to come all the way from China. It was very expensive. So here on the right side you can see the beautiful Central Station of Amsterdam. They started building in 1881, it was finished 9 years later, and they built it on almost 9,000 wooden poles. And it has the same architect as our National Museum, the Rijksmuseum, Pierre Kuipers, so it's like a look-alike. And on the right tower you can see the time, and on the left tower you can see the wind direction. That's why the corner is moving a little bit. So it's now a southwest western wind. With all bikes and cars and buses, but the people in Amsterdam, the city of Amsterdam, decided to bring it back to its original state, so they started digging it all out. And in the meanwhile, they made a parking place underneath this water for 7,000 bicycles. Well, and there on the front left side, you can see the escalators, and they bring the people up and down underneath the water to park their bikes.
Dat hoeft niet met een kleine boot, lul.
the ferries that so that means that you're almost at the end of the tour. Hope you enjoyed it. Well, before you leave the boat, please take all your belongings and you don't forget anything, because all the things you leave on the boat, you can buy back tomorrow on eBay. And please all stay seated till I talk the boat fully and I say it's safe to leave, because if I hit the wall too hard, people can fell over and that's the last station that you are. So stay seated till I say it's safe to leave. Thanks.